Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Cricut Craftfest kickoff party. Woo! Okay, I have been sitting over here reading through your chats as we were just getting prepped and doing deep breathing and letting all the good energy come into the space. And I'm so excited so many of you are here joining us. I am loving all of the weather chat. It has been a very bizarre winter. I'm seeing some of y'all who are having crazy winters in Alaska and are headed to Hawaii, people who are in the negatives and they're not used to that. For those of you who haven't met me yet, Florida here, it was 21 degrees the other night in Florida, and we had a 1% chance of snow. Like, we made it, you guys. Like, we are in the cool kids club. Florida said, I want to be included. 1% chance that I could be included in the snow. Oh my gosh. But our heater has been working overtime, which is a nice break for the air conditioning because usually it's just the air conditioning that's working in Florida. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited y'all are here. I cannot wait to craft with you. I'm going to clear the frog out of my throat real quick. Give everybody just another minute to get settled, and then we're going to get started. All right. So today we have so much going on in this live. Okay. There's so many different things we're going to talk about. We're obviously going to do our full step-by-step layered iron-on project together. I'll have time to answer questions. I'm going to walk you through just some things to know in terms of design space. I'm going to walk you through all the different giveaways we have happening, making sure you have all the information you need. If you haven't met me before, if this is your first Craftfest and you're like, I met you via email, Abby, but I have not met you like this. I'm Abbi Kirsten. I am the hostess and creator of the Cricut Craftfest. We have been doing this for 5 years now. So this is our 5th annual event. I'm curious, you guys, how many of you here right now, this is your first Craftfest? Just tell me in the chat how many of you it is your first Craftfest with us. Just type one or first or whatever. How many of you have been with us for the last 2 years? Just type 2 or second. And how many of you have been with us for more than 2 years? I would just love to get a pulse on that. We have a lot, from what I've gathered in data before, we have a lot of returning people who come back every single year. But I always love to see what that kind of shakes out as. Okay, lots of firsts, second, more, 2+ years. Since Connie, since 2022, you are an OG, you are an original, my friend. 2+ years, first time, at least 3. I return every year. Amazing. Okay, so we have a good mix. We have a really good mix. And we have a lot of firsts. I'm seeing a lot of firsts. So I'm so excited that there are so many first timers here because that means we're reaching more of the right people. We're able to expand our community. We're able to continue to expand. Every time the community expands, our knowledge expands, what we can create expands, all of that expands. And then everybody, whether you're a first timer or you've returned year after year, you all get to benefit from it. So that's what I think is the most amazing thing about these events as they grow. So speaking of that, if you have not, for any reason, maybe you just happened to cross this, maybe you're sending it to a friend and your friend's watching, if you have not grabbed your Cricut Craftfest ticket, please do so, because as you know, it starts Monday. So go to abbikirstenscraftfest.com and you can grab your free ticket there. And since there are so many amazing loyalists here, who just returned year after year after year with us, can you do me a favor, and first timers too, can you just tell 2 people today about this event? Because like I said earlier, the more we are able to integrate and bring people into this world, the bigger our resources and community get, and then all of our collective knowledge expands together. Okay, so just tell 2 people today. Text somebody, email somebody, post it on social media, whatever it might be. Just post that URL, abbikirstenscraftfest.com. And I would absolutely appreciate that because I love meeting new people like all of you. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so I also want to make sure that everybody here knows that the VIP pass, if you want lifetime access to these workshops, if you want all of the exclusive bonuses that are just for VIPers, including our additional videos this year, we added 13 additional videos to the VIP pass that only VIPers get, free ticket holders. I want to make sure you know that the early bird price on the VIP pass expires tomorrow. at 11:59 Eastern time, February 1st. So please, please grab it now. There's a URL below this video description. Okay, so you can click it if you don't want to type it in. There's also the URL going across your screen. I know we have so many VIPers already here. So for anybody who might be on the fence about getting the VIP, because you saw there was a lot of first timers, right? Can you please tell me in the chat just for a minute why you love the VIP, what you love about it? I see so many people say they get it year after year, year after year. They come back and they always get the VIP because there's a whole new set of workshops. All the bonus material is bananas. In fact, while you guys are dropping that in here, let me just show you behind the scenes. I think that's like the best way to communicate it, honestly. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So here is an inside look at our VIP pass. If you upgrade to VIP, of course, you can watch with the free ticket as well next week. But we have every single workshop here in the VIP pass. You'll be able to go through and watch them all instantly on demand. You can go back as many times as you want. So if you want to watch these workshops 2 years from now, you can do that. All of them right here. Here, I'll pick one of mine up at the top here. Hear me talking. That's one of my workshops. But the really fun part for VIPs is down here. We have this brand new section called Studio Secrets. And I think I say 13 plus everywhere, but we ended up with people who contributed more. So there's actually 17 bonus videos in there. They teach you how to do offsets the easy way for stickers, how to get deeper score lines with your Cricut, how to avoid bubble letters in Design Space. You can see all of these extra bonus videos here are just for VIPs. And this is separate from the 40 plus workshops that are already happening next week. And then we have the pass holder bonus section down here at the bottom. There are 30 bonuses in here, you guys, all from our generous speakers. There's savings, there's free downloads, there's mini courses, there's cheat sheets, there's extra templates. So much crazy good stuff in here. So please, if you have not got this and you've been on the fence, I wanted to show you just an insider look at how much content is waiting for you. And more importantly, that I don't want you to have to buy it at full price next week when you start to get into this content. And then you're like, oh man, I wish I would have got it at the early bird price. Okay. All right. Amazing. Okay. So let me see what we got over here in the comments, because this feed is moving quickly, you guys. It's moving so quickly. Love the VIP. This way I can refer back to the videos and work at my own pace. Absolutely. I love the VIP because I can start at my leisure. And of course, the bonuses. Yes, absolutely. Love being able to watch again and again. I get the VIP every year for 2 reasons. I get it because I'm always wanting to make more of the project or several projects that I could name. And number 2, the bonuses. I love that number 2 was just the bonuses. Yes, there's a whole new pack of bonuses every year that comes with that VIP. So please grab it before the cost goes up tomorrow night at midnight. I want you to spend that extra money on craft supplies. We need more craft supplies, you guys. We need it. All right. So let's talk just for a minute about what we're going to cover today. I sent that out via email, but I always like to make sure that everybody knows where we're going. So if you're like me, I like to see the next step in front of me. So we're going to talk about uploading files to Design Space. I'm going to walk you through just the general process of what you can follow this week during the actual live event. And then, of course, you can follow this process as well if you're a VIP. And we're going to go through a step-by-step layering iron-on project tutorial. We're going to go over a whole bunch of giveaways. I'm going to, in just a moment, talk about some extra bonus lives you can attend this week if you like the live energy. And if you're a VIP, you'll get the replays to all of our lives. So don't worry, those will be loaded into your account so you can watch them again and again. But we will be doing some giveaways here live, including some material bundles. We'll be doing a Cricut Joy giveaway. I will be walking you through all the other giveaways that are happening during this event. So make sure you stick around for all of that. That's happening after our tutorial in just a few minutes. And lastly, before we get into supply lists for today, we have 2 bonus lives, as I just mentioned. So on Monday, February 2nd at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, me and my good friend, Mim Jenkinson, are going to go live together. And we're just going to have a really fun real-time conversation chatting about it's kind of like a behind-the-scenes conversation of our personal journeys, what it's like to create in our spaces, how we got into doing what we were doing behind the scenes in our business, all of those things. We're going to just have a real-time conversation together. And for those of you who have ever seen Mim and me interact or seen like our posts together and things like that, you know that it can be quite a good time. So don't miss that on Monday. These links are below in the description, and I will send them out via email with all the other workshops. So don't worry about it. They are coming to you. And then I'm going to do a second live on Tuesday. That is February 3rd at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I am going to go live and share my screen and go through my top design space secrets that I believe everybody should know. There is so much like just juicy tips and tricks about design space that once you know them, there's just so much that can make your life easier, your workflow easier, all of that. And so I thought every time I share one of these tips or tricks, when I do lives in my regular, we have an A-Star Crafters community. That's my annual year-round community where we craft live every month and all of that. We drop new downloads, new collections every month. But every time I share some of these tips and tricks in my A-Stars community, I get this huge burst of like, I never knew that. That's so amazing. It makes my life so much easier. So I thought, why not do a live where I just compile my top secrets, tips, and tricks that I always use to make life easier in design space and share them with you guys. So you can join me on Tuesday for that at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Again, there's links below in the video description and we will send them out via email. So don't worry about missing that. Okay, I'm going to take a pause, see what's happening over here in the chat, and then we're going to go over supplies. Wow, there's a lot of comments. Okay. Also, shout out to my eyes are watering, you guys, because it is so cold in my craft room. I'm like actually shaking a little bit because it's really cold. I have a fan up here and I have to have the light on and it is like for the brightness, but I can't turn the fan off like right now, like the remote's not working. So it's like air is blowing and there's cold air all around me. So if I'm like shivering, that's why, but I'll warm up here in a minute. Okay. Templates in the description. Yes, templates are in the description. We're going to go over all that in just a second after we do supplies. Don't worry. All your resources in the description. VIP pass link, free ticket link, resources for templates, supply recommendations, the lives that are coming up this week. Find it all in the video description. Thank you for bringing that up. So much to learn. Yes, there is so much to learn. Does this include new updates for design space? So all of our content is created right now in real time. So everything is up to date in design space so far. In the future, of course, this will change. I don't know when they'll have updates in the future, but that will, of course, change. Right now, it's all up to date. Okay, Christy says, I get it. My fan remote is wonky too. I can either turn on the dining room fan or the living room fan, not both. I love that. That says I need someone to come and teach me all the new design space. Yuck. Yes. So it's not that bad, you guys. Like I realize there's been some things that have changed, but really it's just one, like the section at the top is what's changed more than anything. And it's all just lives under one new button now. So once you know what button to click on to find it, you're good to go. So it's okay. Don't panic. I got you. Okay. I have the VIP access pass. Do I also need the Craftfest access? So VIP pass is the all access pass. Same thing. So if you have the VIP pass, you're good to go. There's no other pass to get. And if you have any specific questions, it's like, I need help getting into my account, anything that's specific to you, please just send an email to us, hello@abbikirstencollections.com. We can help you directly there. So we've got some amazing customer service people in there. My husband's in there, Lou, he is amazing, and they will take care of you personally. Okay, so there will be a replay and recording of this available through this weekend, so you can come back and to enjoy this and all of that, so don't worry. Okay, Melissa says, I'd love to see more advanced help in Inkscape too. Yes, I've got lots of tutorials on Inkscape. I'm actually teaching a live class on Inkscape and designing your own SVGs happening in 2 weeks. So if you're interested in that, make sure you just keep an eye on your inbox from us, and we'll be sending those details out, so don't worry. All right. Schedules and supply lists, those should be all linked in the video description for you. If not, I'm going to have Mike drop them into the chat here real quick. The supply lists, if you go to abbikirstenscraftfest.com, right up at the top header, you should be able to see the menu there. You can also find the schedule at abbikirstenscraftfest.com/schedule. And again, all this stuff will go out via email for you guys too when it's happening in real time, so you don't have to feel like you have to panic or anything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into supplies, you guys. There's so much to do today. I'm like living for this project. Okay, we're going to be learning how to do layered iron-on. And here are a couple of the designs that I'm going to be giving you. Again, links will be below in the video description for you. This was a Spill the Tea. It's got a little Bridgerton vibe to it, right? It's kind of like that little pastel-y, pretty spring vibes that we want. not all the frozenness that we're living in right now. And then this one here, which this one color didn't pan out the way I wanted to, so it's not going to look as good. But grow where you are planted. I'm going to do this in a different color. This was my test model yesterday. So this one is also available, and we're going to be layering this together. I love using layered iron-on vinyl on pillows, totes, t-shirts, blankets. You can even use it on wood signs. So all of that is possible, excuse me, with iron-on vinyl. Super cute though, right? Okay. So for supplies, of course, you're going to need iron-on vinyl. I like to use one of two brands, Tech Wrap or Caesar Easy Weed. Heat transfer vinyl, okay? Tech Wrap or Caesar Easy Weed. Yes, you can use Cricut. There's nothing wrong if you want to use Cricut and that's what you have on hand, or you have a totally different brand of vinyl on hand, okay? That's totally fine. In my experience, Tech Wrap and the Caesar brand have been the best. They wear and tear the best. They press the best. I just get the best results. So that's why I'm recommending that. You'll want them in your choice color. So whatever colors you want for your particular design, go ahead and pick those out and have them on hand. For this one today, I'm going to do, let's see, I lost my green, but green, a pale blue, a purple, and like a, I guess you could call that like a tan or a taupe or a something, a something. You're going to need a weeding tool so that we can weed our iron-on vinyl. Of course, you'll need your cutting machine. So Cricut cutting machine. Brayer tool, very helpful for pressing your material to your mat. You may need a pair of scissors as well to be able to just like trim your vinyl down. You'll want a cutting mat, okay? Standard grip. You'll need a blank. So I'm going to use a tote today. I'm going to use a tote since it's just one of the ones I had laying around. But as you can see, I used a pillow here, pillowcase as well. Make sure if you're using a pillow, you're using a pillowcase that has an insert. So I pressed it without the pillow. Then I put the pillow insert inside of the pillowcase. Very important note. And then, of course, you'll need a heat press. So get myself some space here. You'll need a heat press. I use the Cricut Easy Press. This is the largest size. I want to say it's like the 18-inch by 11 inch or something like that. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've looked at the specs. But a heat press of some sort, okay? And then you'll need a heat-safe surface, so like a pressing mat, to be able to press your design onto safely. And I think that was all the supplies. I believe so. I believe that is all the supplies. It's like, what did I forget to mention? I believe that is it. Okay. So we have our supplies. I am going to jump into, I'll pause real quick for some questions in case there's anything super important. And guys, the feed is moving really quickly. So if I miss it, please know it's not intentional. If there's a question you still need an answer to at the end, please message us at hello@abbikirstencollections.com. We want to help you. We absolutely want to help you. So please, please message us. Okay, so let me take a quick pause. What?
Deep breath.
Deep breath. Am I not breathing? I thought I was breathing this whole time. Am I not? It's actually, if my breath sounds restricted, it's because of how cold I feel. You know, like when you are really cold and you're like, feel like it's harder to inhale deeply because like the sharp cold in your lungs. That's what it feels like right now. Okay.
Couple of questions on if you can use an iron.
Yes, you can use an iron if you want. Every iron is going to have a different gauge of like how hot it's going to get. So I'm going to like call out recommended temperatures here. I don't know if you're able to set temperatures on your iron. If not, I would definitely make sure if you're using an iron to put it on a lower heat setting. So like, I know there's different settings on an iron, like silk, and you iron more than me. What are the other settings? Cotton, linen. What would be like the lightest setting, do you think? Like silk? Yeah. So like I would start with like a silk setting and in no steam for sure. No steam, no water. Very important. So yes, you can use it. You might want to, before you go and cut all of your design and use your pretty blank, if you have like scrap fabric you could test a small piece of vinyl on and just see how it does temperature wise. I just don't want you to cut everything out and start layering it and then be like, oh, that didn't work because my temperature setting was off. So anytime that you're completely unsure and you're kind of flying blind, I recommend try to find scraps of things you can test just to see how it goes first. Okay. Beth says I have a Cricut Maker, a Maker 3, a Maker 4, a Venture, a Joy Extra, and other cutting machines, and lots of presses. You sound just like me. My husband found an Explorer 1 in the closet the other day. I was like, I don't even know what dimension of the universe that crawled out of. It's been sitting there for a while. No, you do not need the Design Space subscription for the VIP pass. We provide all the content for you, all the templates, all of the workshops, all the bonus material, all of the extra bonus Studio Secrets videos, all of that, all the replays of these lives are going to go into that VIP pass. You do not need any subscriptions with Design Space for that. Okay, fabulous. All right, so I'm going to jump into Design Space now and walk you guys through setup. I'm trying to keep my face on camera. And in case y'all are noticing how, for those of you who join me regularly, how boring my backdrop is and how like bad the angles are today, this is because I am moving in 2 weeks and we are mid packing up and it's like this. Ta-da. It is not how I would necessarily style it, but it is what it is, and that's totally fine. Don't recommend hosting an event with 55,000 attendees and moving at the same time. It's a lot, but it's happening for me. Okay, sharing the screen now. Miss Liberty is downstairs whining. I think she wants to come say hi to everybody. That's my dog, for those of you who don't know. Liberty, the fabulous Frenchie. Okay, all right, you guys should see my screen now. And I'm also going to walk us over to our page here, our kickoff page. So this link, abbikirstenscraftfest.com/kickoff. It has the video that you are quite literally watching right now embedded on the page. And then underneath that video, you're going to see a place to go download the templates. So all you need to do is go to this URL and then click here to get to the templates. This is exactly the same protocol you will follow if you're in the VIP pass, if you're watching next week when all of the workshops drop. No matter the conditioning, you're going to look for the button that says, click here for your templates and downloads, and it's going to take you to Google Drive. Okay, this is my Google Drive. Yours will look a little different, but it's going to have a couple of designs in there, plus a supply sheet. So anytime you want to download from Drive, you have 2 options. Okay, and if it looks like this, just know you're looking for these 3 dots here. So it's just grid view versus stack view. Okay, that's all available right there. Okay, so if you're in grid view, you'll see the previews like this. And you can click on these 3 little dots right here, and you'll see a download option. Likewise, you can click on the actual file, and you can find the download arrow up at the top. Please do not judge any of the files by their preview, okay? They will look pixelated. They might look cut off. Ignore it entirely. So none of that matters in preview format. The only thing that matters is what it's going to look like when we get it into Design Space. So I just want to clarify that because I know for newbies, when you see a file that looks pixelated and blurry, or it looks like it's cut off, maybe you're looking at a different file from another speaker, don't panic. Get it into Design Space first. It will be there. I promise. This is just Drive showing you its preview. It's doing its best. So I'm going to click the download option here. It's a little arrow. Okay. I'm going to save this to my computer if it will load for me. It does not currently want to load for me. My computer has been doing weird things today, you guys. Okay. Let's move it to tote bag. And since I already have this saved, I'm going to save copy. All right. So that is downloading. I think it's the cold. I think the cold is affecting my computer. It's making it move slower. All right. So we just downloaded that file. Now I saved it to a folder on my computer. You can save it wherever you want. Your desktop, make a folder. It might go directly to your downloads folder. So you may need to go to your downloads folder to locate it. For me, I'm just going to open it here in my file finder and I can see it. Liberty, do you want to say hi? Okay, this is Liberty. She's the fabulous Frenchie.
She's stuck on the third step. She wouldn't go down, she wouldn't come up.
So she won't walk up and down the stairs, you guys. And so my husband had to rescue her because she decided to get brave and go to the third step, but she couldn't get up or down at that point. So this is Liberty. If you hear snoring and snorting, that's her in the background, or pitter patters. Yeah. I know you guys have lots of fur babies, so you can appreciate it. Yes, yes. And we believe that she's lucky Liberty too. She brings a lot of good luck. I mean, that's what we believe. So it's true, right? Okay. Go on, little girl. All right. So here is where my file saved. I saved it to a specific folder. My file has this pretty little preview you're seeing here. If yours does not, it does not mean there's anything wrong with the file. It does not mean you did anything wrong. My computer has Inkscape installed on it, and it has this nice little preview. Your file might look like Chrome, Edge, Firefox, some sort of internet browser icon. It might even say HTML. That is your SVG. So I just want to clarify that for beginners who are totally new to this process. That is your SVG. Don't worry. Just locate where it was on the computer. You're good to go. Look for the name of the file. Okay? All right. I'm going to head over to Design Space now so we can actually upload our file. But first, I'm going to pause to see if there's any questions. Can you scrub and tell me as I'm moving through here if there's something that I need to pay attention to?
Tell everyone that there are links to the files in the chat.
Again, there is links to the files below this video description and in the chat. You can just go to abbikirstenscraftfest.com/kickoff. If you want to put that link up on the screen for everybody too. If it's okay. So yeah, just go to that link, guys. All of the stuff is there on that page for you. Okay. Anything else?
Will there be a replay available?
Yes, replays will be available. All that, yes, absolutely. It will be available through the weekend for free ticket holders. And then if you're a VIP, you get this for life. So take as much time as you want. Okay, so I'm over here in Design Space. If you are on the home screen, okay, if you're on the home screen like this, and you're starting for the first time, I've opened up my profile, I've opened up my app on my computer, and now we need to open up a project, right? So you can click on New Project up at the top. If you click on that, just select Blank Canvas. They recently came out with all these different predetermined sizes for your designs, these different project settings. They're great. Personally, I just go straight to Blank Canvas because one, it's familiar, it's simple, and it allows you to do whatever you want without the restrictions of whatever they want to set up here. If you want to play with these, by all means, play with them. I find Blank Canvas the most simple. So we're going to click Blank Canvas. All right. And it's going to look like this. And for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, everything's new. When you get to this point, what's really changed is they decided not to put anything along the top or the side until you have put something onto your screen. So that's why when you sometimes load it up for the first time and it's been a while since you've been in here, you're like, okay, everything's different. I don't know where the yellow brick road to Oz went. It's gone. And so if you're seeing this, it totally makes sense that you would be confused. But what I want to bring your attention to is this design panel over here on the left-hand side. This is where you're going to activate bringing images in, like the one we just downloaded. So look for your upload button. Right now it's located near the bottom. This does shift. So if you don't see the upload button down here for some reason, maybe you're in live mode versus beta mode and it's like one or two more up, it's still there. Just look for the upload button. So I'm going to click upload. Then I want you to locate the upload image button here. All right. Now we can either click browse to open up our file finder, or we can just drag and drop a single file right over here within this gray box. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to drag and drop. Once again, given this situation here, if you are seeing a Chrome internet icon of any kind, that's your SVG. Just locate the file. Make sure it is one single file that you are dragging over. You cannot upload multi-files at this time. So make sure there's no folders, no zips, single file being dragged over only. Okay. Here's our quick preview. I'll just click continue at the bottom. Click upload. All right, and now that has been dropped in here to the canvas area. All right, so I'm gonna pause for a minute, see if anybody has any major questions about where we're at in the process so far. Check in, hang on. It's easier for my husband to call them out for me behind the scenes because then I don't have to toggle my very limited screen space between the two. Anything major, or do you want me to just keep going? You can circle back. If I've answered it already, guys, I won't keep saying kind of some of the same. You can watch the replay if it's questions around. Like, again, the files are in the description below. All right, so I'm just going to keep going. We'll pause again in a minute, and we'll check back in with questions. All right, so at this stage, what we want to do is we want to decide our scale, okay? The scale of your file for any project, but specifically with like iron-on, you need to take your blank and you need to decide how big you want it to be. So for example, if I'm working with a tote bag, as an example, I'm going to want to measure this and get a determination on how big I can make a file or make the design from the file. So you can use something like a simple ruler. I like to use these flexible sewing measuring tapes. Find them very helpful. So I would just measure, just doing this, I'm just measuring the front of my blank. Here, I can do this in real time. Measure this here. Oh man, I'm on the wrong angle. One moment. Wrong side. Okay, so just measuring this across here. This is about 14 inches across, roughly, okay? 14 inches across. Now, I would never want to scale this design to 14 inches because we don't want it to be edge to edge. We want there to be some padding along the side. So at that point in time, we would decide, hey, do I want like 2 inches on each side? Does 2 inches feel good? Does 3 inches feel good? I feel like 3 inches probably feels a little bit better, somewhere around there. You're going to determine that for yourself, and everybody's going to have a preference, okay? If this is your first time doing this, there's not a right or wrong. If it's your first time doing it, your win, your only win for today is I'm doing it, I'm learning, and I'm taking away any lessons that I need to take away. That is a win. Even if it doesn't turn out perfect, I promise you that is the fastest track to success. Start, get proper guidance, and then learn, okay? Learn from any mistakes. So if you're a perfectionist like me, that speech was for my benefit. Thank you very much. Okay. So I am going to scale this, knowing this is 14 inches across. I don't think I want to scale this any bigger than about 10 inches wide, maybe 10 and a half. But that'll give roughly 2 inches on each side. And I know I want that as like a bare minimum for the buffer on the side. Same would be true if you're doing a pillowcase or anything else. Okay. So to scale something in Design Space, you're going to come to, this is the transformation box, come to any one of these corners here, and you can click, hold, and drag, okay? Click, hold, and drag, and you can scale up. And you can see that little box floating at the bottom there with the numbers moving. That's our size. Another way to scale is to type in dimensions up here at the top as well. So if I'm like, okay, I know I want this to only be 10 inches wide, I could just put my cursor up here. I could type in 10 and then hit enter, and it would adjust it automatically. It would also adjust this other size automatically, so long as that lock proportions is closed. So make sure that lock icon is closed so it doesn't, because if it's not, what's going to happen is it's going to stretch it like this. Okay, and we don't want that. So just want to throw that note in there. But for me, I'm going to do this 10 inches here, and then we have it at about, it's closer to 11 on the height. It's a little bit taller than it is wider. Now, if for any reason you want to play around with these layers, you want to kind of pull them apart, maybe you want to envision different colors, this is not a color scheme you want, or you don't have those vinyl colors on hand, then I just want you to right click and select ungroup, okay? Now, for those of you who are also noticing and you're detail oriented like I am, one of the new changes that they have put into place in Design Space is now your duplicate, your trash icon, your group and ungroup button, and your attach tool are present when you make a selection on the screen. So now they like live on this little floating bubble out here. They're also present up here at the top of the layers panel. And so what I've been saying in my last few lives to my main community in A-Stars is that I believe, my prediction is that these up here in the layers panel will go away in the next like month or two. This will become their new home permanently. And these tools down here at the bottom of the layers panel, slice, combine, attach, flatten, etc., these are also present under this edit tool right here. See how all that same stuff is now present? And a lot of the stuff that is present along the top here, or was present along the top here in the past, is now over here in the edit more tools section. So my prediction, all of this will go away. It will live here. Eventually, all of this will go away from this spot and it will live here. Tools still do the same thing. They just decided to shift them into a more traditional dialog panel system. And if you work in graphic softwares, this is a little bit more traditional style of interface processing. So I just want to call that out because some of you had questions about some of the changes. Okay, so I'm happy with my scale here. Now I did just ungroup this, right? So I'm going to click off in the white space and you can pull these apart if you want. It doesn't matter if they stay stacked or not at this point. We've set our scale. As long as you don't change the scale of any of these individually, you're good to go. But maybe for whatever reason, I'm just going to put that back real quick. I want to see what it looks like. What did I cut out over here? I want to see what it looks like to have the flowers not be purple, but to be like a light blue. We can click up here to this color swatch tool, and we can use even this advanced tab, and we can change the color. Now, this isn't going to affect the color in like nothing is being printed here, right? These are layers of material. So you would need to have blue iron on, right? You need to have blue iron on, but this is for visualization. We're visualizing, do I like this color palette that I'm working with, right? So for example, we can change that there. The second one I'm going to change, because I already had some stuff pre-cut here. Maybe I'm not feeling like the burnt orange color. Maybe I want this to be like a pale purple. Something like that. Okay. And then maybe I want this to be more of that. Let's see, I'm trying to go with the color palette I have. I want this one here to be more of that yellowy color. So you can pull this. You can also paste in exact color codes there. You don't have to do that. I just wanted to point that out for those of you who are like familiar with it. So maybe I like that color palette. Maybe that's what I'm working with, and you can play with it. You can select like I just did here on the screen, okay? Or you can select over here in the layers panel. That's easier for you. You can select over here as well, okay? So that's super helpful to know if you want to visualize things differently. If any questions that I need to circle back to at this point. Y'all feeling good? Is this helpful so far? Let me know. I hope so.
Lots of observations about the design space updates.
Yeah, there's lots of shifting. They like to do a lot of shifting. And I am in beta mode, you guys. So if you see something slightly different and you're not seeing this blue beta sticking up here at the top, just know that I'm in beta mode. If you want to be in beta mode, you can change that under your settings here, going from beta to live mode, which is also super helpful if you ever experiencing a bug. I say this all the time to my community. If you're experiencing a bug, switch from whatever mode you're in to the other mode. Oftentimes it fixes the bug in the moment. It's a good like quick workaround because they release two separate pieces of software, two different versions. And so it's helpful because often one bug is not in the other. Sometimes it is, but that's a lot more rare. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this cut out. If there are other questions, please be jumping in and letting me know so that I'm
also answering some of them directly.
We're also trying to answer some of the questions in the chat too. Like my husband's back here moderating. He's answering some of the questions directly to you. So be looking in the chat for responses also. Okay, so I'm using my Maker 3 in this case here. You could use any of the Explorers, the other Maker models, all that's fine. I'm gonna click Make. It's asking me to save my project. So helpful. I always forget that step. So let's save this. Grow where you are planted. Quick save. All right. Now it's brought us to our cut screen. So here we have our colors all separated out. So I would grab my yellow vinyl, I'd have my green, I'd have my blue, and I'd have my purple, or whatever colors you're using, right? So let's start up here at the top. I'm gonna click continue at the bottom, and it's gonna connect to my cutting machine. Now, one thing that I will do, hang on, let me cancel this real quick because I was connected in real time and I wanna make sure I'm showing it step by step. I'm already connected via Bluetooth, so I'm going to, I don't want to necessarily disconnect because I don't know how much it's going to make me jump through hoops. But if you have not yet connected via Bluetooth, you can do so right up here at the top, select your machine and just click connect. Make sure your machine is powered on and within 15 feet of your computer or device. If you have the USB cable that comes with most machines, you can also just plug it directly in and bypass the Bluetooth setup process and all of that. So just wanted to call out where you would do that because once you are connected, it stays connected, which was a huge improvement in the last few updates that they made. Because last time it was connecting every single time that you would go to the cut screen, and it saves a lot of time. So I'm very thankful for that update. All right, so it is connected. I'm going to click continue at the bottom, and then we're going to set our material. So I have a bunch of bookmarks here, right? This means I've saved these materials to like be up here on this home page so I can see them more regularly. But under popular, if you see this one, you'll probably see everyday iron-on. You can also browse all materials. Okay. These are all the different materials that your machine can cut. Yours is going to look different based on your model. Okay. So like the Maker models can cut the most. The Explorer models can cut like 150 materials. The Maker can cut like 300 or something like that. Yeah, 300. And I think the Joy models can cut like 100 or something like that, different materials. So all of these material options are available here. You can search, but what we're looking for in this moment, what I found that works best across the board, usually for all iron-on vinyls, is just this everyday iron-on setting, okay? So I'm gonna click on that. Notice here that it says mirror on. What this means is that when we use iron-on vinyl, for all of our beginners, iron-on vinyl, when you look at it like this, has this shiny side out, right? This is your liner. This is not the actual material. The actual material lives on the inside. Liner side is out. Inside is the actual material. So because this is true, if we do not mirror the design, our words and designs will be backwards. So it's literally like looking in a mirror. Everything is its opposite. Okay, so when you select an iron-on material, Design Space is automatically mirroring it for you to ensure that you don't forget to mirror it for yourself. But if for whatever reason, there's a reason you don't need it mirrored, that's kind of advanced stuff, you can always toggle it off right over here, this little mirror button that's on the left-hand side. You can toggle it off, but obviously we want it on here. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to load up my mat. And while I am loading up my mat and showing you that part, if you can be letting me know any questions that we have.
Shiny side goes up or down when loading on your mat.
Yep, I'm going to show you that in just a second. Move this off for a minute. Okay, don't need this yet. I was getting excited. I was like, let's do the tote. Nope, we got to cut it first. Here, let me pull my camera over here. My other camera. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for the time being. And I'm going to get my camera over here so you guys can see what my hands are doing. Okay, let's bring this up. Yes, so many times I would forget to mirror too, for sure. Absolutely. Okay, let me get this maximized for you guys. Okay, all right, you guys should see my hands and a mat. All right, so I'm choosing a standard grip cutting mat here. This is my iron-on vinyl. Shiny side. Shiny, shiny, shiny side. It's not showing super shiny on the camera, but you guys you'll feel it. It's plastic. This is your liner side. Your liner side goes down, okay? Liner side goes down. So do not do this. flip it, do this. See how this side is, I mean, this side kind of looks shiny too, but you can feel a difference in person. It's very obvious in person. I promise you'll be able to tell. So liner side down or curling side down, if that's easier for you to process. And then we're going to just line it up. I am using the Caesar Easy Weed here. I also like Tech Wrap. I have used Cricut before. I've just found that the Tech Wrap and the Caesar are the best results. So I got this on here. I'm going to use my brayer tool, and I'm going to just press the material to the mat by rolling the brayer tool across it. You can do this without it, but this makes a huge difference in terms of getting everything stuck to the mat really well so that it will not shift during cutting, especially if your mat is well worn. Brianna says, hubby, please let Abby know she's doing a fantastic job. And we're also happy and appreciative of her. Thank you for your help. Well, I beat hubby to it, but thank you so much, Brianna, for saying that. I'm glad this is helpful. All right. And if I'm going too fast for anybody, again, there will be a replay, you guys. So you can come back and pause. Everybody's going to process this in their own time. So please know that you can come back and pause. Okay. Someone's saying I'm still confused on the mirror task. When you mirror your vinyl, if you do not mirror it, let me show you. Here is the cut result, okay? Liner side out. This is how I cut it out on the mat in real time. This is how I cut it out. If I were to not have mirrored this, if it was not mirrored, and I go to flip it, everything would have been spelled backwards. That's why we have to mirror. So I hope that clarifies. So if you don't mirror, everything will be spelled backwards. Like I said, Design Space automatically does that for you. So it should not be a problem for you to remember. Okay. All right. Yes, you can rewash your mat to make it sticky again. Absolutely. Just use like Dawn dish soap or a simple dish soap. Let it air dry. Wash it with lukewarm water. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and load this. I'll bring you guys up here because it's just easier than changing cameras. I feel like it's easier than changing cameras. Okay. So I'm going to load this into my cutting machine. I already have the iron-on material selected in Design Space, like we just looked at on the screen. Okay. So my machine's sitting right back here. I'm just going to load this mat underneath the guides. You'll see the little white guide sitting on your machine. Press it against the rollers. You're going to load the mat by pushing the double arrow flashing button. The double arrow flashing button that should be flashing when you select your material. That's all you're going to do. I'm pushing it against the rollers. I know it's hard to see from back there. I don't have a camera that close today because we got stuff going on. But we're going to push the mat against the rollers. I have a double arrow flashing button. It's going to load. Okay? It's going to align the mat first and run it through once and back, and that's just aligning the mat. I have two different cameras. I'm looking at you guys. I'm looking at myself, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, it's like I can't. All right. So once it aligns the mat, you're going to see the Cricut Play icon start blinking. Okay. It looks like a Cricut Play. It's like a play button or a Cricut C, depending on the model you have. You're just going to press it. That's all you got to do. Press the button. It's going to cut. Okay. All right. We're going to let that cut. And in the meantime, we're going to set our easy press settings. Okay. So bring this over here, bring you guys back down. What other questions do you need to throw at me?
Someone's asking, do you always use such a large piece for that small of a cut? Seems like a waste.
Yes, we get that question all the time. Okay, so here's the deal. Absolutely, it does seem like a waste. Here's the thing. When we're layering like this, I have it set so that I can add everything by color, one layer at a time. If we were to cut this out to where we're trying to maximize the space, maybe we move this up and it's all like together and we're saving all that space, right? If you do that, you're going to have to manually place each individual piece, okay? And then alignment issues can become a real nightmare. So have I done that? Yes, absolutely. Is that advanced? Yes, absolutely. So here's the kicker. This feels like a waste, right? But what feels more wasteful? Doing this or making your whole project, the alignment being off, and then trashing the whole project because the alignment was really hard to execute upon with so many different pieces. For me, my personal preference is that I would rather have a setup like this so that I do not run the risk of wasting the entire project because I like get the alignment wrong and it's just really difficult to piece every little individual piece together. Now, if you're like, oh, I'm good at alignment, I got this, go for it, my friend. Absolutely go for it. I've done this sometimes when I'm running low on particular material. I'll just cut that piece out and then I'll do my best to align it. But this is saving you from alignment headaches. That's why I do it like this, okay? So I just want to clarify that. That's a really great question. So thank you for bringing that up. Okay. Irma says, thank you for the great instructions. Looking forward to rewatching and doing later. Thank you so much. All right, you're welcome. Absolutely, you're welcome, Peggy. Okay. All right, so let me put this down. Let's set our heat press here. Bring you guys back down for a minute. We'll set our heat press up. All right. I'm also going to share my screen one more time because I want to show you the guide that I use for settings that I find very helpful. All right. I may have not put this in. I don't think I put this.
The Cricut Heat Guide.
The Cricut Heat Guide. Can you put it in the chat and then
I'll add it to the description.
Add it to the description as well. This is going to get added to the description, guys. I think I may have forgot this link, but it's Cricut Heat Guide. Just Google it. It'll come right up for you. This URL here. Okay. Except they're cookies. We use cookies to improve performance. So do I. I eat lots of cookies too to improve my performance. Okay, so this heat guide, it's specifically made for Cricut Easy Presses. However, I have found it still to be very helpful even at times when I haven't owned an Easy Press. So I'm telling you this because it's a great place to go and you're like, I don't know what setting should be, right? Now with a lot of different vinyls that we might work with, there's lots of different brands, right? So like if you're looking at Caesar, I always want to say Scissor. I know it's not that, but literally I have to stop myself. Otherwise I'm like, wait, what is it? It's Caesar. It's like the
dressing.
The dressing. I was thinking, is he Roman or is he Greek or is he Greek? Thank you. Oh, like one of those two. I know they're different, but one of those two. A lot of these will have heat settings on the actual vinyl itself. Okay. So that can be helpful to refer to. That being said, I have found that this heat guide works pretty well, even for a lot of these other vinyls that I'm recommending. So I usually will just use this as a source of truth. All right. So I am going to select, I don't know why it doesn't have the Easy Press 3 available, but Easy Press 2 will work. Don't know why that's missing at the moment. But we'll select Easy Press 2. I've always found it comes up with the same settings no matter what, just in case you're wondering. Okay, and then the transfer material. So we're using like an everyday iron-on, right? So whatever setting you chose in Design Space, just look for that similar setting here. For me, it's an everyday iron-on, which is this right here. And then your base material. So looking at your base material, just realized people can't see me because the camera's down, can they? Okay. Looking at your base material here, this is like a canvas, okay? So it's probably got some cotton in it. You may have to make some educated guesses on this. I am going to go with like a cotton canvas, okay? The most popular ones are like cotton canvas, and cotton poly blend. Those are usually the most popular ones, but you can see some different options here. So I'm going to do the cotton canvas. And I'll click apply. All right, it's telling me 340 for 30 seconds. If I were to look at my settings that are recommended for this particular vinyl, it says like 300 for 20 seconds. So there is a bit of difference. So if you see that, don't panic. I have tried both of these and I've gotten very similar results. Given the fact that this particular vinyl here is telling me that it should be 40 degrees cooler, I'm probably not going to use 340 degrees. And this is a judgment call. Now, the reason I'm making this judgment call, and I'm trying to like educate my thought process to you guys so you can start to learn this thought process for yourself. The reason I am making the judgment call to not go as high as 340 degrees is what they're recommending here on Cricut is because 1, this is recommending different. And 2, I will be pressing multiple times. So because we are doing these in layers, we'll be pressing multiple times. So I don't feel that in this case, given those 2 pieces of logic, that I need to probably crank this up to 340. I'm going to go with this recommendation of 300. So I realized I just kind of said 2 different things, but I do want to just show you the guide on Cricut that it's there for you, especially if you're using a Cricut vinyl, because I know a lot of you are. But cross-reference this logic with what you're doing here as well. And that's how I arrived at this decision. So for me, I'm going to choose to set it at the temperature it's saying for this one, which is 300 degrees. And I'm going to leave it at the 30 seconds for now. And then I'll go over some other tips and tricks around the time in just a minute. Okay. What questions do we have around that?
What does it mean to ungroup a project?
Ungrouping in Design Space simply means that you're able to just move the layers around independently from each other. So if we're in Design Space here, I'm just going to go back to the screen here since you're asking that directly. All this means is if I'm clicking and dragging here and I group, I can now move it as a group like this, or I can right click and ungroup, and I can now move these pieces apart from each other. That's all it is. Think of it as like a mode of transformation or transportation of the item around your canvas. That's basically what it is. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen here and go back to our dual cameras so we can see both things that are happening at once. Okay, looking at our easy press here, everybody's heat press might be different. So if you have a different heat press, refer to your manual and instructions. But for me, I have a power button that lives here. I'm trying to pull this up for you guys. Power button that lives here. Okay. This one's a heat button that's right here, which allows you to set temperature. Mine's already set at the 300. Okay. So I'm just going to leave it. And then a time here. If I needed to change the time or the heat, you press that button and then you press the up or the down. Okay, to set that. Now, this is going to take a few minutes to heat up, which is why I wanted to do this now before we started the weeding process so that it would be ready for us to press once we are done with our weeding example, okay? Again, if you have a different model, just refer to the manual that came with it, or you can, look up quick instructions on Cricut. They usually have like a quick, like which button does what kind of reference, but that's how simple it is. So I'm setting mine to 300 for 30 seconds. And I arrived there because of what it says on the Caesar Easy Weed. And that's how I got to that. So we're going to let this heat up. Set it back here. Okay. I've got my mat off of my machine. I just pressed the double arrow button to unload it. Okay. And I'm going to weed this. Let me increase your size here so you guys can see it. What are you laughing at?
Somebody else, can you use it for a grilled cheese sandwich?
Sure. Use it for a grilled cheese sandwich.
That's a little college trick. You used to use an iron to make grilled cheeses.
Yeah, old trick for when you didn't feel like cooking. That's good. I love it. All right. So this has been cut out. And for those of you who are kind of like still iffy about the mirror, you'll see kind of the magic of the mirror. So remember, we put liner side down, right? And it cut. And now I'm going to flip the mat over and peel it away from the material. Turn it liner side down again. And then you can weed. Now, I just took it off the mat, but a trick is to actually either leave it on the mat or remove it from the mat and stick one of the corners down like this to get a better angle and use the mat to keep this from curling while weeding. So that is an option. I took it off the mat. But you can actually weed it directly on the mat, and it's quite helpful to do that because then you don't have to like battle with the curl as much. Okay. So have my weeding tool. I'm going to just get it started up here. Actually, I'm going to trim some of this excess off real quick. In the spirit of trying to save some scraps of vinyl, maybe I'm just not in the Scrappy Kids Club. Like I am in the Scrappy Kids Club, but I have found that I'll like save like pieces like this, and like 5 years later, I've still never used them. So, you know, maybe there's a time where we get creative with what to do with the scraps so that we feel like they have a purpose. Okay, so I'm going to come here to the corner and I'm just going to get a corner started and start peeling away. I really feel like the Tech Wrap and the Caesar brand also just weed so well. I've used Cricut for many, many years. And fun fact for you, vinyl actually does expire. So if you have it for more than 2 or 3 years, especially on your environments and how it's stored, like is it out in the open air? Is it in like a tub or something like that? It can expire and get more like brittle. It can also like not cut cleanly because of that. And so, you know, I just find that in general, I have seen the Cricut brands be a little more prone to that than like the Caesar brand. And I don't make a ton of vinyl projects. I mean, I know how to do it and I've made a lot over the years collectively, but it's not my go-to. I like a lot of like general crafting or paper crafting, paper florals, for those of you who know that. And yes, here's the part where our heart's breaking because we have this section in the middle that feels like waste. But that's my trade-off for knowing that I can have assistance with the alignment and I don't end up getting it all wrong and having to recut and waste even more vinyl. So I'm just peeling the excess away first. Hit me with any questions right now while I'm doing this.
Best way to store vinyl?
Best way to store vinyl. I like to store them in like plastic tubs. That way it kind of, it won't be, obviously they won't be airtight per se, but it does protect them from like, if there's extreme changes in, like for me, I'm in Florida, right? So like storing my vinyl and my paper are important because I don't want like the humidity to change the effect of it. So that's my logic there. I like to have like, I had a bin sitting somewhere over there. I don't know if it's still sitting. I could show them the bin. But you can buy like bins at like craft stores with lids and I'll just store the rolls in there. I've had some that sit in like my dream box. Those are great. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and weed the centers out now. And if you have difficulty seeing like the lines and everything, just make sure that you have a really well-lit area. Okay, so that's the first track. Like well-lit, natural light is the best for sure. One trick you can do, which I cannot show you because I'd have to relocate the equipment that we're currently using, but one trick is to actually take your liner and hold it up to a window with natural light and then very carefully weed out with it, the light coming through on the window, because then you can see the design where it needs to get weeded. So little bonus trick for you. All right, so I'm just gonna come in here and weed out these pieces. We're weeding. And I'm not using any fun weeding collection tools at the moment because they are currently packed up. But there are like scrap collectors for weeding tools as well that you can absolutely use. And I'm just going through on the lettering here. Okay. Just like that. And one more here. Oh, and the A. Almost forgot.
You send everyone into a scamper because their vinyl could be expired.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't scamper. Don't scamper. It's okay. Your vinyl, like, don't automatically just throw your vinyl out because I said that, guys. Like, it's just my caution to you, because I have learned this the hard way with vinyl, is I will buy a lot of vinyl because I'll use it one day, right? And then what I realize is one day is like 5+ years from now. and then it can still work. Let me be very clear. It can still absolutely work, but you might have more difficulty with the weeding. It might peel slightly sooner, than in the wash than it would if it was maybe a fresher vinyl. So I'm not saying throw your vinyl out. I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying it's good to be aware of, because I know as crafters, what do? We see a sale, we collect our supplies, all that stuff. Guilty myself. I have just found that in the long run, especially for those of you who are thinking in terms of saving money, it is not always the best avenue. So that's just my experience. You may have a different one though. All right. So now this is weeded. And when we flip it over, we see that it's written the correct direction, which is how we're going to press it. And that's exactly why we needed to mirror, right? We had to flip it so that when we flipped it back, it would be reading the correct direction. Okay. All right. So our easy press is heated up now. And I'm going to get our area set up for that, the pressing stage. One moment. All right. So I've got my mat here, my easy press mat. Okay. And I'm using a tote in this example. You can totally use a pillowcase, a shirt, or whatever you want. And this makes me think of one of our speakers' projects. There's someone else who's doing a tote. Tanner Bell. He's one of our speakers, and he's doing a tote, but he's using printable iron-on. So it's a different process, and it's really fun because you don't have to do the layering. You get all the pretty blended colors. So if you've never tried printable iron-on, check out his workshop this week. It's fun. I like printable iron-on. It's really fun. Okay, let me get my layers over here. So I've got all my layers. Got the rest of these layers ahead of time. Speed up our creation process a little bit. All right. Let me get my press next to me. I think I'm running out of surface area. That's okay. We'll make it work. So I've got my easy press here. Now, what I like to do, especially, generally across the board, I do this always, okay? But especially if you have like these really deep wrinkles, I recommend that you press first for 20 to 30 seconds just to get this flatter, any moisture that might be in it out. So I'm just going to take this, it's heated to 300 degrees for 30 seconds, and I'm just going to press it in the middle. And honestly, guys, I'm going to treat it a bit like an iron. So this is not how you typically press your iron-on vinyl, but I'm going to treat it a bit like an iron and move it back and forth a little bit. Okay. I'm just going to do that for like 15, 20 seconds just to make it flatter. Okay. All right. I'm going to set that aside. That's a lot better. And then you're going to need to think about your layers. So I recommend looking at your screen. Look at the design on your screen in Design Space. Okay. It's going to be very, very helpful. Now, the way I've prepped these files is that everything is going to make contact with the blank underneath it. That's how the files are prepped. And a lot of like SVGs of this similar style are going to be that way. So everything is going to be able to be like laid together and stacked very nicely, right? So I want to start with kind of like the biggest item of them all. And that's the one we just weeded. I want to trim this piece off over here. One we just weeded. Any questions?
Is printable vinyl the same as infusible?
No, those are two different processes. So the infusible ink actually blends into a polyester blank, and it's the ink that's being pressed into the fabric, whereas this iron-on vinyl is sitting on top of. The infusible ink is very similar to sublimation, and it's a lot more durable. So yeah, absolutely. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm still here.
You need to pre-wash the. You need to pre-wash the blank before using.
I don't. I'll be completely honest with you. There's people out there who say you absolutely should. I think if you're doing this for a t-shirt, I think that's wise. I have not been wise in the past. I will admit, my fault. If you're doing it for a t-shirt, yes, best practice, wash beforehand. For a tote bag that I know I'm not going to be, in this particular case, probably be washing a whole lot, I'm not concerned about it. If you want it to be like through and through, I'm following everything to a T, then yeah, let's do a wash beforehand.
And how big is your heat press mat?
My heat press mat is, I believe this is, let's say it's like 24 inches, 22 inches by, it's one of the largest ones. If you go to Amazon, this is by Cricut. If you go to Amazon and you search for their largest size one, it will be this one. They only have one that's the largest version. So if you like this size, I can actually, look, I have a measuring tape. I can answer that question for you. Oh, I was a little off. It's 19.5 inches by 15 inches. 19.5 by 15.
It's the 16 by 20.
Okay, so I mismeasured. So it's the 16 by 20 technically online. I measured, I was off by half an inch.
Right.
They round up on the descriptions. I don't know why they do that. So, all right. So now I'm going to press this first one. Now, here's the thing, guys. I know everyone's going to be like, how do I align this perfectly? The answer is there is no surefire way to get perfect alignment. My way that I like to do it is I make sure the liner is trimmed down pretty well so things look pretty even to my eye in terms of the liner, which is why you saw me trim this side off so that I don't feel like I'm trying to position it and there's a chunk of liner over here and my eyes are like, is that center? I don't know. Like it gets difficult, right? So trim off excess of your liner. You can use guides. You can use a measuring tape to be like, do I have a fairly equal amount of space on each side from where the print actually starts? So like looking down here, it's like 2.5. So technically I should move it over just a little bit. So that's one way. Another way to do it, if this helps you for like shirts, totes, and that kind of stuff, is this one was already folded down the middle, so you can still see the line. But if you don't have a line, you can always fold it. I would still do the pre-press, just as in good practice. But you could always fold it, give it a light crease down the middle, or you can even use your heat press and just crease right in a spot so you have like a reference point, and then open it back up and be like, oh, okay, I have like a center point for my eyeballs. That's what I do. If you're using a t-shirt, there are t-shirt guides that can be helpful. All right. But truth be told, y'all, I eyeball it. Because if it looks good to my eye here, it's going to look good to my eye when it's done. So that's the logic I follow. All right. So there's that one. I'm going to go ahead and press this down. Now, here's what I want to say before I lift my press up to press. We are going to be pressing multiple times here, you guys, okay? It says to press for 30 seconds, okay? I am going to reduce that to about 20 seconds. And the reason I am reducing it to 20 seconds is because we're going to press multiple times. I have done it where I have done the full 30 seconds. It can still work. If you're like, oh my gosh, I went 25 seconds, don't panic. It's okay. But because I'm going to be reheating things so many times in that layering process, I'm going to shave off just a little bit of the time. It's enough that it should not affect the liner releasing, but it will not, what I call, overcook the vinyl, so to speak. I haven't experienced much issues with this in general. I just wanted to call out why I tend to lift my press up a few seconds earlier than the full 30 seconds. And that is why. So when we go to press this down, my press is going to be able to cover all of it. I'm just pressing that button there to count it down. I like to put firm pressure on it, so I will like kind of put my body weight on it a bit just to give it some extra pressure.
Tom wants to know if you're going on tour.
Am I going on tour? Not at this time, but I love that feedback. I would love to do like pop-up craft fests around the country. That would be fun. Look at there. I left the timer the whole time. I didn't even take my own advice. It's fine. So this is going to be hot. I got distracted by somebody wanting me to go on tour. It's okay. The vinyl will forgive us. This is going to be hot, so please be careful. Generally speaking, what should happen is you should be able to grab at this liner after it's cool enough. I mean, I'm used to this. It's warm. It's not, I wouldn't say it's not hot. Grab at this liner and start slowly peeling back. If anything is lifting on you, you need to lay it down. You need to press for 5 to 10 more seconds. You need to let it cool for about 20 to 30 seconds and then try lifting. Again, I will tell you, I am using Caesar. There is instructions on here that say peel it while it's hot, peel it while it's cold, peel it after 10 seconds. Like if you're using a different vinyl, I just want you to look at your instructions, okay? Because you're going to have more success that way if you're using a different brand. I just want to clarify that for everybody.
People are asking, why are you using a Teflon sheet or butcher mat?
Oh,
butcher paper?
No, you don't need to use that for the liner here. I've never covered mine at all. I've never had any problems with that. I think you see that a lot more with like infusible ink and sublimation. And so I think sometimes people have that carry over to this process. The carrier sheet is usually enough to protect it. I've never needed to put, because as long as nothing is making contact with the vinyl, if something is making contact with the vinyl, absolutely use non-coated butcher paper or like a Teflon sheet to protect the surface, okay? But because the liner's here in this case, it's protected, so I don't use it. It's one less supply you have to buy if you follow this method. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel this back. Kind of going slow at first to make sure that everything's sitting where it should be. Okay. Fabulous. All right. I want you to save this liner. Don't toss it. Don't let the dog get it. Like, save it. Because depending on the next layers, we might have some other vinyl sticking out that we need to protect from the heat plate. So save this. This is going to act as like that uncoated butcher paper that someone was just saying. Okay. The next one I'm going to do here is we're going to go with this guy. There's not really a right or wrong. I'm just trying to place like what would give me the layers I'm choosing here is what's going to give me like the best kind of alignment as I build in these layers. And that's the order in which I'm choosing. But there's not a right or wrong to the amount of the layers you need to build here. I'm going to go with this one. And I'm just going to line it up here with the little dots in the center. Checking the dots down here. Okay, that looks pretty good overall. Okay, now pay attention. Look here. Just a little bit of this is sticking out. The heat plate cannot make contact with that. So we are going to grab the liner we just took off and we're going to cover it. Doesn't matter if it overlaps excessively. It doesn't make any difference at all. But we're protecting that, okay? Like so. And we're going to press.
Someone's asking, what happens if its vinyl is pressed too long?
I actually don't have an intelligent answer for that. What I have experienced with vinyl that came out many years ago, and they've improved vinyl since then, is sometimes the vinyl can get almost like a burnt smell to it. That being said, I think they've improved the vinyl so much since then that it's kind of an old habit thought of mine. And I'm like, don't overpress it. But when you reheat vinyl a lot over and over and over again, it can start to like separate from the blank, which is why I always say, if you have to wash something, wash it in cold water, hang it dry. You will extend the results tenfold. Like your shirts will last 10 times longer. So don't keep reactivating the heat process because then it'll remove itself. Like that's the activation. It can either stick onto something or get removed from something through the active heat. All right, let me pull this off here.
Any tips to when your vinyl doesn't cut well?
Any tips to when your vinyl doesn't cut well? Okay, so what I would say, I'm going to start seeing if this is ready to peel. It is. Okay. I would say, how old is your vinyl? That's the first question. What brand of vinyl are you using? Second question. And third would be, what design is not cutting well? Because vinyl isn't going to be compatible necessarily with any design out there. Things might be too intricate and it may not it just may not play nice with the vinyl, so to speak. Like our machines still have limitations. So those would be the 3 things I would evaluate in the moment. All right, I'm gonna do this one next. Okay, I'm gonna line it up as best I can. Make sure you're checking your alignment, not just at the top, but at the bottom. Just looking here. This bottom is kind of off, so like my angle is off. You might have to lift it up a few times to get it just right. And down here is shifting. Yeah. Okay, so I want to show you something because this is real time like troubleshooting, right? And that's where we find the most success. Right here, I'm trying to place the alignment of these up here. And it's working. But down here, it's working a little less. Well, now I just needed to try it again. That's all I needed to do was try it again. If there's ever a time where this is happening, you're like, oh my gosh, like something shifted or I got an angle really off or something like that. You could always just like say, oh, this angle was off. I just needed to pick it up. That's all I needed to do. It works. It layered. But if you need to cut one off, you could always come back and press one individually. If like, I can't get the alignment or I did something wrong or whatever that might be. That is an option for you. And that would be more of the piecemeal. But sometimes we have to adapt in the moment. Fortunately, I just needed to pick this one up and it decided to work the second time. All right, so I'm going to press again here. A little pressure on it. All right. So
there were lots of recommendations of where you should have your pop-ups at.
I'm sorry?
Your moving Craftfest.
Oh, my moving craft. I gotcha. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? My pop-ups. This one went real nice and easy. Didn't even have to wait very long. Where are the recommendations for?
There were quite a few people that said you can't leave Florida. You have to stay here.
Okay.
There was one for Orlando, which I thought was nice.
Yes, that would be
There
easy.
was one for the UK.
Ooh, international. Yeah, let's do it.
Canada.
I like it. I have a couple friends in Canada, so I can just go visit my friends and do a pop-up there. All right, you can keep rattling this off. I'm gonna align my green next.
Alaska.
Ooh, Alaska. I hear Alaska's so pretty. Like I've seen pictures obviously, but like in real life, so pretty. Okay. And every time that I'm doing one of these layers, guys, I'm checking that nothing is exposed. And in this case, there's nothing exposed. So I don't need to put another liner on top of it to protect the exposed. So if you see me not doing that, it's because there's simply nothing exposed there. It's fine. It's good to go. Okay. So I'm going to press this last one here. California, I'm sure. We have to do California or the Carolinas.
There's a St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis.
Get some barbecue.
That would be good.
Indy.
Yeah, Indy.
2 cruises.
Cruises, I like that. Yeah, so one of my creative peers, Courtney Brickard, she does, or Brickard, I think I said her name wrong, The Crafty Brick, that's her business name. But she did a creative cruise recently and she was teaching online and I was like, that's so cool. Like you get to like enjoy vacation and all that stuff and then you get to teach. Like, I mean, is there anything better? I don't think so. I think that's pretty awesome. All right, so I'm gonna carefully peel this off. That one did not sit all the way. So there's one here did not lay down all the way. I'm going to repress that on that side. I'm gonna shift this back a little. Press it here for just a few seconds because it wasn't laying down all the way. Like literally like 5 to 10 extra seconds if something's not laying down. That's all you need to do.
Someone's asking why Design Space is saying there's not enough material even if it's a small letter. I've seen that question twice.
Why? So say it again.
It says, can you tell me why my Explore 4 tells me I do not have enough material even if it is a small letter?
Why my Explore 4 tells me there is not enough material, even if it is a small letter. This is not a problem I am overly familiar with, but what it does sound like to me that I'm familiar with is it sounds like a bug. So here's what you do when you have a bug. Shut down Design Space, shut down your computer, reboot everything. Earlier in the tutorial, I showed you guys how to go into your settings and switch from that beta to live mode or live to beta. It doesn't matter which, just pick one. Whichever one you're not in, go to the other one. Restart Design Space and give that a try. It sounds like it could be a bug. That would be my recommendation. Okay, let me put myself back on screen. Hi. All right, so here is our result. Look how pretty this is. Wherever you are planted. Very pretty. This one's like nice and kind of pastel colors, kind of think spring or Easter. I'll probably give this to my mom because she likes these colors a lot. So this will be a good tote for her. Super cute. Here's the, what do I do with the other one? Oh, here it is. Well, this one didn't turn out as good. If my tote would have been white instead of like this cream color, this would have popped. So I'm not really loving this one. I definitely liked this result a lot better. This one looked much better. And then I just think this is so cute. Spill the tea. Oh, can you get me a charger?
Oh, you're about to die too?
Yeah, my computer's about to die. I tried to charge before, but I only made it to 47%. And I thought there was a charger still up here. There's not. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of the chat right now, guys. Give me 1 second. I just want to catch up with y'all. And yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Vanessa, I make it look easy because I've been doing this for 13 years. So when I show up here live and I walk you through everything, I am super passionate about connecting people to their creativity. My story is that I was in a deep state of anxiety and depression, suicidal tendencies and ideations, and I started crafting as an outlet for like mental health and all of that. And so when I did that, I was quite literally reshaping my brain to create rather than being in a depressive state, it was in an expressive state. And so I'm sharing this because one of the depressive states we like to put our brain into is I didn't do that as well as somebody else, or it doesn't look just like theirs. That's okay, my friend. That's okay. I've been doing this a long time. I practiced this twice before I got on here, you guys, and I did make mistakes. So even though I've been doing this a while, I do make mistakes. And it's the journey. It's the journey of the expression and the learning that is part of the joy of the process, right? So my husband is rescuing me with a charger so that we don't go black in a minute.
Yeah, close.
It's got the little like angry red box on my screen right now. It's like, it's going to go to sleep. It's like threatening me to die. It's like threatening me to shut off. So, okay. All right. So how much fun was that? Now, if you're super, super new, okay, I would highly recommend that maybe you just cut this whole thing out just in one color, okay? And just do one color, one press for your first time. Like sometimes you just need to like take it in smaller chunks. This was what I would consider intermediate work here. And again, you can come back and watch this video. There's a lot packed into this part of the tutorial. So I want you to come back and I want you to watch it again and process it in your own time. Pause and rewind. It's the best way just to hear the repetition. It's the best way. Let me turn off my heat press. Okay, so I'm going to take a sip of water and go through any questions that we have, and then we're going to move into our whole giveaway section because we've got a lot, you guys, a lot. Okay, let me grab my notes so I don't forget anything that's important that I don't want you guys to leave here without. Okay, so there's so many giveaways happening. Hang on, let me sip water. All right, there's so many giveaways happening. The first ones I want to shout out are from our sponsors. So we have some incredible sponsors for Craftfest. We have Creative Fabrica, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with if you've been in the crafting world at all. Lots of amazing digital assets and fonts. We have Create Room, which is all of your organizational needs for your craft space. Dreambox, Dream Carts, they hold so much. It's amazing. 12 by 12 cardstock shop, my favorite resource for cardstock paper. The Encore paper, I absolutely love. And then Min Jenkinson, she is also one of our sponsors. She is a sticker pro. She is a sticker star. If you want to learn how to design stickers, if you want to learn how to use stickers, planner stickers, all of it, she can teach that to you. So these are all of our incredible sponsors. So what I want to show you is some of the things that they have for you guys because you're a part of this event. So I'm going to share my screen for just a second here because I don't want you to miss out. It's like a scavenger hunt of goodies during the Craft Fest. It really is. Okay. So if you go to abbikirstenscraftfest.com/sponsors, again, link in the video description. Mike, can you pop it up on the screen? We have some information from our sponsors here. I want you to follow all of them because they regularly do a lot of like workshops. They do free gifts. They have so much good content you can pay for that is so worth it. I've learned so many things from these sponsors as well. So we've got Mim Jenkinson here. Check out her printable sticker club. You get full packs of stickers for $7 a month, and she teaches you how to use them. I'm obsessed. So please check that out. Creative Fabrica, which I know a lot of you are familiar with. You can try their subscription for free. And there's tons of fonts that I love in there. They're my go-to for fonts more than anything. I design a lot of my own files. So I often will be able to like go and find fonts there that I love to pair with my own designs. And then we've got Create Room, Dreambox, you guys. Look at all that storage. It holds so much. And they've got so many different like options. If you don't want the big Dreambox, they've got like Dream Carts. They've got like the Dreambox Center where it's just the center part and the wings. So many options for them as well. And then 12 by 12 cardstock shop, obsessed with them for cardstock. And the Encore, that is my favorite. The Encore texture cardstock is my favorite. They just came out with like 40 new colors. So they already had a ton of different colors, but they just came out with a whole bunch of new ones. They just sent them to me. I want to like, I'm sorry, I popped over to their site because I'm like,
The box is right there.
oh, here it is. So it's not this pack, but they use our paper flower designs where they made them from the paper and then they took a photograph for the cover. So I'm really proud of the fact that they used our paper floral designs for their cover image here. And it's what I use to make my paper crafts and my paper florals as well. So just wanted to give that one a shout out because I'm super proud of working with them. Okay, so the other thing I want to show you guys for giveaways, that's just a piece of it. There's giveaways and gifts on here. So there's a whole bunch of discounts, goodies, trials, things you can get on sponsors, right? But then if you go to our giveaway page, okay, our giveaway page, abbikirstenscraftfest.com/giveaways, again, linked below for you. You have to have a free ticket. So just in case you're happening across this video, someone shared it with you, make sure you get a free ticket because you have to have one to be entered to win. But all of these are happening here, including a Dreambox 3 cabinet. We've got machines, we've got presses, we've got cash prizes, we've got ebooks, more machines, bundles, memberships, courses, gift cards, additional workshops. It goes on and on and on and on and on. So make sure that you go visit that and you enter for these prizes, okay? And it's clarified on here if it's international. A lot of them are. So you can just come here and check that out. But make sure you enter for as many as you can because we're going to have winners. We're drawing winners for all these on February 7th. So you still got some time, but come in here and make sure you're getting entered for all of these amazing prizes. You don't want to miss out on that. Okay. And then we also have, I can stop sharing my screen now, I think. We also have Pick for Prize coming back. If you guys are returning to Craftfest, you know what this is. Pick for Prize is during the week of the event. So that's the February 2nd through the 6th. If you share a completed project with us from 2026 Craftfest, you can win a $25 Amazon gift card. We pick 3 winners a day, Monday through Friday. 3 winners a day. But you got to make a project. You got to either post it in our attendee Facebook group or send us an email. If you're not on Facebook, it's okay. Send us an email. Your entry still counts. Okay. And we will choose winners. So you just have to make sure that it is your own photo. Yes, we have had people try to submit other people's photos. It's not cool. Don't be a prick. Like, don't be a butthead. Don't be one of those people. Nobody likes a cheat. But we have droves of people enter every year. It's so much fun. So, is that enough giveaway stuff for you guys? Or, oh yeah, we have giveaways to do right now as well. Is it enough? It's never enough. It's never enough. Okay. All right. I'm down to our last, and this is the last wave of giveaways for today, y'all. So make sure you go and hang out and get all of that stuff. I just love how generous all of our speakers are. And on the note of giveaways, y'all, I say this on the live just to make sure it's a blanket statement. Be cautious of impersonators. We have had people trying to create things to look like us. We will not ask for your personal information. We will not contact you in weird ways on social media. Nope, it's not us. Okay, so ignore it. But we will be announcing all the winners on February 7th for all of those giveaways and prizes. And it will be posted in our Facebook group. It'll be posted on that giveaway page. So if you're not on Facebook, you can go to the giveaway page. You'll see updates. Okay, so all of that will be communicated at the end of the event. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, let's do some giveaways now. And yes, thank you, hubby. Can you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel? I want to make sure we're staying connected after the event ends. So if you are not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please like this video. Please hit subscribe so that we can connect again in the future when I go live or when I drop new videos in the future for various projects. All righty. Okay. So what page am I on? I don't even know what page I'm on right now. Give me 1 sec. I'm at the end. I got it. We're almost there. Okay. So what are we giving away today? Today, do you have some?
Yeah, there was also the little box that's on your desk that you also didn't put as your giveaway.
The Cricut Joy?
Yeah.
Just say the Cricut Joy.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I'm getting there. So our giveaways for today are going to be 2 material bundles featuring 5 rolls of vinyl, 2 pillow blanks, and 2 tote bags. Okay, so 2 winners will be chosen for that. I'm going to give away 2 bundles. 2 winners will be chosen. And then I'm going to be giving away a Cricut Joy machine as well. That's also going to get given away in just a moment. I love Cricut Joys. They're nice and small for like small projects, portable things, stuff like that. Brand new in the box. Had it stuck in the back of my closet. It was sent to me. Forgot about it. And now that we're moving, I found it. And now somebody gets to get a brand new Cricut Joy. So those are the 3 physical giveaways we're going to be doing. They are open internationally. So even if you're somewhere else, I know we have a lot of Australians, Canadians, all those, you can enter. And we're going to be giving away 5 VIP passes as well. Even if you already have a VIP pass, if you are chosen as a winner, we will refund you. You'll still enter, even if you haven't, okay? All right. I keep giveaways really simple around here. I just ask some questions, and then people put stuff in the chat, and then we randomly pick. We scroll, we stop, randomly pick, okay? So my first question to you, and this is going to be for the physical prizes, so the Joy and the material bundles, okay? There'll be 3 winners that we'll choose from this question. What is your favorite flower or plant? It's really that easy. Just tell me. Just tell me in the chat. And I'm going to give everybody a minute to answer, so don't take a minute. If you're like, I haven't thought about what's my favorite flower or plant. I haven't thought about that in a while. I need to think about that answer. You got a second. It's good. This is for the physical prizes. We'll choose 3 people. All right, let me take another sip of water. And while you're typing that in, guys, just remember, I would love it if you could share with 2 people today about the event. And remember that VIP pass, that early bird price, disappearing tomorrow. So if you've not yet upgraded, please do that now so you can get all the bonus content. You can get these replays that are happening for the lives. You can get all the workshops, all of that amazing stuff that's in there. I don't want you to miss out on that. And I don't want you to forget and then end up buying it at a higher price later next week. And at the end of the event, the pass does go away. So make sure that you grab it now. Can you put that link back up on the screen for the VIP pass for them? Just while we're letting everybody answer. Okay. Everybody, just a second. And there's a clickable link below too. I know that the link on the screen isn't clickable, so there is a clickable link below to grab that VIP pass as well. All right. Give it like 20 more seconds or so, and then we were going to pick 3 winners. Ooh, I'm loving all these. I'm reading them. Hibiscus, tulip, violets, daisy, sunflowers, roses.
Your paper flowers.
My paper oh, thank you. I try. Lots of lilies, lots of roses, lilacs. I like lilacs. Fern. I like fern. Okay. Sunflowers, carnations. Ooh, shamrock. I like that. That one just popped right out of me like shamrock. Okay. Cherry blossom. Morning glory, peony, gardenia, wisteria, daffodils. I got daffodils right here. Those are paper daffodils from our last Flower Fest event. We have Flower Fest will be coming back in May. And this is my collaborative event every year. We feature a bunch of speakers, but we have Flower Fest that happens in, it opens for registration in April, but then we host it in May every year. And that's just me. So I teach all the workshops rather than it being a collaborative compilation, is that the word? Of other speakers and mine. All right, hydrangeas. Someone say mimosa. Is mimosa a flower or was that a typo?
Go for it.
Oh, wait, I saw resurrection. Ooh, Christmas cactus. Ooh, I like these. Peace lily. All right, we're going to go ahead and pick succulents. Yep, 3. We're going to pick 3 winners. The first one, let's pick the first one for the joy. So can you, my husband over here is going to scroll randomly through our chat and stop on the first person that comes up and announce our Cricut Joy winner.
Tom-JF4VG.
Okay. Tom-JF4DG. Is that what you're saying?
JF4VG.
JF4VG. So Tom.
Yeah.
Tom, congratulations. Cricut Joy is yours. Please send us a message to the email on the screen. hello@AbbiKirstenCollections.com. Send us an email that you're the Cricut Joy winner with your best shipping address so we can get it shipped out to you. Congratulations. Oh, Novella Rose. Love this. Amazing. You know what I love about our community so much is like how happy everybody is when somebody else wins. Like there's literally no like, oh, it wasn't me. Or like, and I get it. Like we all want to be winners, right? But ooh, magnolia. Okay, I'm seeing shamrock over and over again. Like I feel like I need to make shamrocks now. But I just love that like you guys are such a good community. Okay, so let's pick another one for one of the material bundles. The material bundle again will include 5 rolls of iron-on vinyl, 2 totes, and 2 pillowcases so that you can make this project today or whatever you want. So you can pick the next winner, please.
Tammy Wallace.
Tammy Wallace. Tammy Wallace, congratulations. You are the next winner for our material supply bundle. I can say that. Send us a message at hello@AbbiKirstenCollections.com with your shipping address so we can send you your prize. Congratulations. Cactus. I love cactuses. Yes. I have a cactus in my closet. It's a paper cactus. It's a paper cactus, not a real paper florals. Okay, let's pick the next winner for the last physical prize, and then we'll do 5 VIP passes after that.
Winner, chicken dinner, Laverne. We're just going to say Laverne.
Laverne. Well, there might be more than one Laverne. What's the last?
-KB7HM.
Laverne-KB7HM. Or something of that
KB7HM.
KB7HM. Laverne with that fun combination at the end. You are the winner of the second bundle. Congratulations. please email us at that email there with your best shipping address so that we can send you your prize. Okay, I'm going to give my husband a moment to catch up because he's saving the information on the back end so we don't lose that. We're going to do 5 VIP pass giveaways as well. I'm going to ask a new question for this one, and we'll choose 5 winners. Okay. All right. So my second question for you guys, outside of Cricut crafting, and I know some of you are brand new to it, but in general, outside of Cricut crafting, what is your favorite creative project or other craft to work on? So outside of Cricut crafting, what is your favorite creative project or other craft to work on? Could be quilting, could be like general DIY, floral arranging, anything that counts as like creative. Painting, sewing, embroidery, cross stitch, whatever it might be. Tell me, and it can be more broad, like I just said, in a category, or it could be something really specific. Doesn't matter. I'll give everybody a couple minutes to answer. Painting, sewing, crochet, baking, great one. Making jewelry, diamond art, scrapbooking, leather crafting, hand-painted ornaments. Ooh, I like that. So my kids' stuff and stuffed animals back together, yes. Wood burning, candle making. Ooh, book folding. I like that. I've seen book folding before. It fascinates me. Really would like to learn. It doesn't look too hard once you know what you're doing, but I imagine there is a very specific process to book folding and like how it needs to be done. Ooh, hiking. I like that they threw that in there. Like, yes, I believe connecting with nature and outdoors, that counts as creativity as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Woodworking, needlepoint, general DIY, model rockets. Ooh, that actually fly. That's cool.
Those are fun.
Biking, graphic design, floral arranging, photography. I love that. Snow globe tumblers, wreaths, camping, gardening. Yo, we have so much in common. Models. We're moving in a couple of weeks and we have like a bigger backyard than what we do here. Well, it's more open in the back. And so I want to do like raised garden beds. I know nothing about real life florals. I've built my knowledge around paper florals. So I do have one plant that I've kept alive for 2 years and I'm really proud of myself. I just transplanted this money tree last weekend. It was like a money tree that I bought that was like this big and now it's grown, but it needed to be transplanted because it was like root constricted and I never transplanted before. But my grandmother and my aunt and like other people in my family have a ton of gardening experience. So I'm like, how do I do this without killing the plant? Because I was like, I am emotionally invested in the fact that I have kept this plant alive for the last 2 years. And if I kill it because I had to transplant it, I'm going to be very upset with myself. But so far, it's alive. It's been a week in the pot and it's still standing upright and it still looks green and it still looks okay. So I think it will live. We got resin, lots of baking. I love this. More on the book folding, sublimation, paper folding, swimming, knitting. Ooh, sourdough baking. That's cool. Screen printing. I'm seeing a huge baking theme happening here.
Everyone's stuck inside. They went to movies.
Yes, I know. I literally sent my husband out. I'm going to give everyone just another minute. I sent my husband out to get cookies and treats the other night, like because it was like the cold weather is making me want to eat carbs. I try not to eat too many carbs. But it was like, nope, not happening right now. I need carbs. I'm like, go get food. Go get food. I think I inhaled like half the container in like 5 minutes. I was just like, I need carbs to survive. It's too cold. Traveling, writing poems. Oh, I love that. Writing poems. That's so sweet. Laser cutting and engraving, sublimation, gardening. Beaded animals. That's cool. I tried beaded animals a very long time ago. I was like probably 22 when I tried them. All right. Stamping, painting, building dollhouses. I like that. All right. We're going to choose 5 VIP pass winners. So let's go ahead and pick the first one. And if you've already purchased, that's fine. We'll refund you. You still get to be a winner. DTF, upcycle. Paint, lots of painting. All right, we're going to pick our first winner. Yes, we are a talented bunch. I saw that comment float by real quick. We are absolutely a talented bunch. And now the skills here that I don't know, I want to go and learn more of them. So we can like, in my year-round communities, we can like do more of that stuff that you guys are liking too. That's a goal.
First winner is Amy Butler.
Amy Butler. Congratulations, Amy Butler. You are a winner of the VIP Access Pass for the Cricut Craftfest. Congratulations. Send us an email, hello@abbikirstencollections.com. Just let us know you're one of the winners, okay? And we're marking your name down. Yeah, he said wiener. He meant to say winner. It happens. It happens. But send us an email. If you already purchased the pass, don't worry, we'll refund you. And we're going to pick another one. That's the first one.
Bonnie Hodgson.
Bonnie Hodgson. Hodgson. Sorry, we're probably butchering your last name. Bonnie Hodgson or thereof. You are our second winner of the VIP pass. I'm not great with names, y'all. You want me there if you need a witness. I am faces. I gotcha. Faces and mannerisms. I'm locked in. You can tell me your name and 5 seconds later, I probably will be thinking to myself, what did they say? I don't know.
Winner number 3, Julie Parker.
Julie Parker. I can say that name. Julie Parker, you're our third winner of the VIP Access Pass. Congratulations. Send us an email. We've marked your name down. We'll refund you if you already purchased. Ooh, quilling. I like quilling. I only tried it once. Meditation. I love meditation. How many people here love like breath work, meditating, like connecting, you know, like internal resourcing, like that kind of stuff? Like I'm a huge proponent of it, like nervous system work. I've tried EFT tapping. Like I'm doing a lot of that work for myself. And I was talking to a mentor the other day where I was just like, she's like, write down everything you're really good at and you love, like things that you love, even if you're not good at it. Write down what you're good at. And a lot of people in your community are going to have very similar things that they also do, which I'm seeing here with like gardening and like baking and that kind of stuff. Okay. I think we have 2 more to pick, right?
We do.
Yeah. Reading. Yes. Reading is a creative hobby, 100%.
Trudy Hughes.
Hughes? Yeah. Trudy Hughes. You're our 4th winner of the VIP Access Pass. Excuse me. I have vinyl on the floor and I feel like I'm going to slip and fall in front of you guys. Congratulations. Send us an email.
Hang on 1 second. Then we'll do the last one.
Congratulations, everybody. We got 1 more we're going to pick. I don't think I missed anything important. I think I covered all the basics. But make sure you guys get those other giveaways too. You share pictures in our Facebook group or send us an email with one so you can enter for those Amazon gift cards, all of that. All right, we've got 1 more to pick here. A replay will be up. So you can access, if you're a free ticket holder, you can access this replay for the next couple of days. And then after that, it's going to be going into the VIP pass only. Who is our last?
Last winner is Liz Hendrickson.
Liz Hendrickson, congratulations. You are our final winner of our VIP Access Pass. Send us an email. Gaming, I like it. Gaming, graphic design. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. Amazing. Okay. All right. Wow. There's a lot of chat here. Okay. And there will be a replay up, guys. I know a couple of points I like the speeding up through the process. I try to pace myself. I really do. But I always feel like, especially when you're hearing something new the first time, it's good just to observe and then to come back. So that's why we'll put the replay up. So don't worry about that. Okay. Well, this was fun. This was, a Are we knocking on 2 hours? We're knocking on 2
Yeah.
hours of this, you guys. This is amazing. This has been a great kickoff party. Remember, I'm going to be live again on Monday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time with Min Jenkinson for a real-time conversation behind the scenes. You can ask us questions. We'll be sharing some personal stories about our life, our business, our creative endeavors and pursuits. So don't miss that one. It's going to be so much fun. There'll be links going out for that via email. And then also on Tuesday, all of my design space tips, tricks, secrets, and hacks, my top favorite ones, I'll be going live at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on that day. And again, there'll be information sent out to you on that if you get your free ticket. This has been so much fun, you guys. Don't forget to grab the VIP pass before the cost increases tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys have been fantastic. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you guys again. More lives happening this week, but I hope you guys enjoy this event. It's our 5th annual Craft Fest. The plan is to keep bringing them back year after year and keep improving the experience. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I am going to go back and read all of your amazing comments. The feed is just moving so quickly. I can hardly keep up. So I see you. I see your comments.
And I'm putting the link to the Facebook group in the chat.
Yes, the Facebook group, there's also a link you can put up on the banner. There's a banner link if you want to put it up too.
Yeah.
You can join the Facebook group if you haven't already. It's facebook.com/groups. There it is, /Cricut Craftfest. Again, video description. If you want a clickable link, it'll take you over there. All right. It is like blowing really hard outside and it's dark and dreary and chilly. So I'm going to go eat some more cookies, I think. I'm going to go eat some more baked goods. Let's do that. Let's craft and bake and be merry. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me so much. I will see you soon. Bye for now.